right, we're going to do negative 0 and 3/10 plus negative 6/10. I'm going to go back 3 spaces to the left to my first rational number. Now I'm going to add negative 6/10. And when I add negatives, remember, you're getting smaller. So that moves us to the left because we are going farther from 0. So I'm going to move to the left 6 spaces. Remember, this is a tenths number line. So I end up at negative 9/10. I can write it in fraction form or in my decimal form, as you can see below. Let's try another one. We are going to try 7/10 plus negative 0 and 2/10. So once again, I need to start at my first rational number, which is 7/10. So I'm going to go to the right towards my positive numbers. 7 spaces to the right, I'm at 7/10. Now I'm going to go back 2 spaces because I'm adding negatives. And when I add negatives, it moves me back. So I am at 5/10. I can simplify my fraction by dividing by 5, and I get 1/2. And don't forget, I can also write it in decimal form, 0 and 5/10. All right, let's try one where we add positives. So I'm going to start with a negative number this time. Negative 9/10 plus 0 and 2/10. So once again, we will always start at the first rational number. So I'm going to move to the left towards the negatives and end up at my negative 9/10. Now when I add positives, your solution is getting bigger. So in order to get bigger, I need to move towards the right because I need to get closer to 0. So I'm going to go move to the right, 0 and 2/10, which is 2 spaces, and I end up at negative 7/10. And don't forget, we can write it in our decimal form as well. All right, we're going to try one last one where we convert. We're going to do 3/5 plus negative 0 and 8/10. All right, 3/5 is not right now with a denominator of 10, and this is a tenths number line, so I'm going to go ahead and convert that with a denominator of 10, so I can do that by multiplying the numerator and denominator by 2. So I get 0 and 6/10 plus negative 0 and 8/10. All right, we're going to start at our first rational number, which is on the positive side at 6/10. Now when I add negatives, it's going to move me back, so I'm going to go back. Because I'm getting smaller, I'm going back 8 spaces, and I end up at negative 2/10. We can divide it by 2 to simplify it, and we get 1/5. Don't forget the negative sign. I almost did. Or we can write it in our decimal form, negative 0.